Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy T, putting the G in Geek, coming to you with another episode of On a Hunt. You know, the weekly web series where I kind of tell you guys the hot books that I'm looking for. Now I gotta start this video like I start all the videos off by saying, you know, this isn't really investment advice. This isn't really financial advice, you know what I mean? We're just trying to get some of the hot books at cover price. It's all for fun, so please don't spend your rent money. Another point of this video is to share information with each other, share information with me. I don't know what you're getting. I may want to get it. Day is young. It's the best day of the week. Comic day. So let's get right to it. Now I'm going to start out with Marvel like I always do. But before I start, I got to remind you guys, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that good stuff. Really helps the channel out. And with that, let's get right into Marvel. First book I'm going to grab from Marvel this week is Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys Marvel History #2. Just the regular Zafino cover. Not only do I love this cover, but I also think it's funny how he's holding the suit like, do you ever wash this thing like it stinks or something? I guess Spidey's suit would kind of stink. And I also like Zafino's art in general. Also, the solicitation says that can Cosmic Ghost Rider take up the mantle once Spider-Man is no more? So there might be a little minor first appearance of Cosmic Ghost Rider as Spider-Man. It's a stretch, but since I do love the cover, I will be grabbing this. Next book I'm going to pick up this week is The Immortal Hulk #16. Really no reason not to grab this book. Not only is it a red-hot sold-out series, but it's also a really great read. I'm not feeling the variant at all on this one, so I'll just be grabbing this regular Alex Ross cover. I mean, I may grab the variant because of the full set of this series is already seeing sales in hundreds of dollars, and so in my mind, this is definitely a must-grab. Next book I'd pick up this week is Major X #1. This sounds like a new introduction of a Liefeld character into the Marvel Universe. You get some classic Liefeld art, so I'm sure there's bound to be a lot of interesting panels. All jokes aside, though, it's a first appearance in the Marvel Universe. He kind of looks like a cross between Judge Dredd and Deadpool to me, so I'll be grabbing one of those for sure. And next I just move on to some covers. The first book I'd grab just for the cover this week is Deadpool #11, the David Nakayama variant. I'm loving this cover. I love the clean art style, and I think the colors really jump off the page. They really pop. Plus you have an Asgardian Deadpool riding the unicorn. I like how he's kind of got the, you know, traditional kind of Viking Asgardian weapons and stuff like that. Again, an awesome cover. You know, the unicorn looks really good. The art's really good. Gonna grab that for sure. And last book I'd grab from this week from Marvel is War of the Realms #1. There's so many covers to choose from, so I'm just gonna go with the one that I'll probably grip just for my, you know, my little personal collection here, and that is the Granov variant. I'm not big into event books, but I'm feeling this Granov cover. I'm not sure if it's an incentive though. I kind of tried to look for some more information on the incentives, but I couldn't really find too much, so I'm not really gonna go through too many of the covers because they might be gated behind that stuff. Again, a Thor event, you know what I mean? It just sounds okay, but I'm still gonna have a look for that Granov cover, and if it's cover price, I'm gonna grab it for sure. And that's gonna do it for Marvel. Next, we're gonna move on to DC, and only a couple books I'd grab from DC this week, mainly for the cover. The first one being Deathstroke #42, the Matina variant. Matinas, baby! This week's Deathstroke has a pretty nice Matina battle cover. Although Deathstroke's arm pose seems a little weird overall, I do think it has a nice dynamic look to it. I also love how Robin looks jumping through the air with the katana in his hand, looks really cool. Next book I'd grab, again just for the cover, is Green Lantern, the Lucio Perillo variant. I'm loving this Perillo cover. I love the energy kind of crackling around Green Lantern. I think I like the touch of constipation at his face as it makes him look kind of enraged and badass. And only one more book I'd grab for the cover this week from DC, and that is Harley Quinn #60, the Frank Cho variant. I always love the Frank Cho ballpoint art. This simplistic cover features Harley kind of just sitting in the ground holding her hammer. I kind of like the pigeons or the doves or whatever's kind of flying overhead. Again, I like the simplicity of it. I like how the only color is kind of in her pigtails. Pretty cool, so I'm going to look for those, and that's going to do it for DC. Moving right along, I'm going to hit up Image Comics next, and only one book I'd really grab from Image this week, and that is Die #5. I'm just going to go with the regular hands cover on this one. This has been a popular book. I'm not 100% digging the perspective on this cover, but this book is constantly selling out, so I think it's a good grab. Stephanie Hand's art in general, I really enjoy it. I've really enjoyed the covers on this one. I think number 1 is up to something crazy like the 5th print or something. So I might continue to collect this little series, you know what I mean, just to have that. And that's going to do it for Image. Now we're going to get into some indie publishers, and the first indie publisher I'm going to grab a book from this week is Alterna Comics, and the book I'm going to grab is Blood Realm Volume 2, Number 1. This book just looks cool. It looks dark, and since I missed the first one, I'm going to check it out. I like the premise. It sounds, you know what I mean, dark like I said, and in this solicitation they talk about darkest nightmares, so that's really right up my alley. Again, these Alterna kind of paper books are only $150, and like the number 1, I even like the slightly abstract cover art. I did miss the original number 1, but yeah, I'll probably check for number 2, and that's all I'm going to grab from Alterna. Okay, next I'm going to go on to Coffin Comics. Again, only one real book I'm going to grab from this. This is probably what you're going to find mostly from the indies. You know, there's only really 1 or 2 books that ever catch my eye, and that is Lady Death, Apocalyptic Abyss, number 2, the violent variant cover by Billy Tucci. Tucci coming with another nice kind of cheesecake cover. She could be a little thicker on it, but I do like the rose in her teeth. I like the colors on the cover. I like Lady Death, you know what I mean? Like I've said in the past, I think it's a character made for cheesecake, so I'm always kind of on the radar, kind of checking out the latest Lady Death, and that's all I'm going to grab from Coffin. Next up, Dynamite. Again, only one book I'm going to grab from Dynamite this week, and that is Red Sonja number 3, the Michael Linsner variant. I've become a little more picky lately, especially about my cheesecake, because now that I've just, you know, come to terms with that's kind of what I like sometimes, you know what I mean? I just like the looks of those covers. So I'm really kind of getting a lot more choosy. I'm starting to really realize what I think is nice and what is just meh. But I think I'm going to pick up this Linsner cover. I think it's nice, and I think it looks very Dawn-esque. I mean, it's different hair, but I like that. I've always liked my redheads, and that's all I'm going to grab from Dynamite. Next, we're going to hit up some IDW. A couple books I'd grab from IDW this week. The first one being Amber Blake number 1. The story sounds kind of interesting, albeit it's nothing new. I like the story about characters who are growing up or coming into their own when they're learning with us or making mistakes while they're trying to like own their skills. I don't know. I'm going to see if it has that kind of feel because it talks about a school she runs away from, so I'm assuming she's just kind of learning how to harness whatever she's has in the book. So I'm going to have a flip through it. If it looks like it has that kind of a feel to it, I might pick that up. The next book I'm going to have a look at, not necessarily grab, but I'm going to definitely have a look at Danger Girl, Dangerous Visions 3D. It's just a one-shot. This might be cool for the Campbell fans. It's basically a reprint of the first issue of Campbell's Danger Girl along with the original preview story. I've never been a huge fan of Danger Girl or 3D, whether it be books or movies. It's just kind of distracting to me and muddled. I don't know, maybe if they work on the technology, it's something I'd go for more. We will have to see though, because like I say, Campbell does have his fans. Something like this might actually retain value, if not go up a little bit, you know, 3D book, Campbell, whatever, you know, you got kind of a little bit of a trifecta there of, I don't know, exclusivity or whatever, you know, it just has that cool little element to it. Yeah, so those are the 2 books I'm going to grab, and that's it for my DW. Lastly, we're going to move on to Zenescope, and if Lady Death is the character that's made for cheesecake, well then Zenescope definitely is the company made for cheesecake. There's a lot of books that come out that have nice cheesecakey covers. It's generally, I can honestly say I've read minimal Zenescope books, just a few, but I am going to grab one this week from Zenescope, and it is Hellchild, Blood Money, number 1, the Megaro variant. This is a beautifully clean cover by Megaro. I'm really liking the art, from the evil looking red eyes to the red streak in her hair to the cool kind of weapon in her hands. Zena books don't always do much, like I said, but I mean, I am digging the premise of this one as a story. I know I just went on and said I never read Zena books, but I might have a flip through this one. It's about Angela Blackstone, who's a bodyguard to rich politicians and can't help but getting pulled into something incredibly disturbing. I don't know, incredibly disturbing always sounds cool. If she's like supposed to be this tough, you know, super cool character and then weird stuff happens, I don't even know, it might be conspiracy based. It might not just be like a murder being covered up. It might be events being covered up. I don't know, there could be a lot of cool twists and turns with this story, so I'm gonna check it out, and that's all I'm grabbing from Zenescope. Well guys, that's gonna do it for another episode of On the Hunt. You know, If you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that good stuff. Make sure you always check out saddlecitycomics.com. We got a lot of books up on there. Make sure you check us out, like us on Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you check us out on eBay. Also check out your boy on Instagram. You know what I mean? Add on the Hunt 403. I got my own little thing going where I just show little things and little things I picked up. And also I'm going to put up previews. We put up previews of stuff. You know what I mean? I know I always say this, but as you can see from the cover hunt, the return of this video, we definitely got more content coming. We definitely are going to be upping the production value right away. We got some new things, you know, some new filming things, trying to get that on. So, hey, I'd love to stay and chat with you guys, you know what I mean? But time is ticking. Got to get my butt out and secure these books. Hope you guys have good luck getting these books too. I'll see you next week. Peace.